Jiggie Alejandrino. Naririto tayo ngayon para umattend ng Logitech MX Master 4. Kaya tara, samahan niyo ako. Alamin kung ano nga bang meron.
While I'm to press my action ring, I can go to exposure, and then with the wheel, look at how incremental I can change my exposure, my brightness, and my temperature. Right here. How difficult is it, especially for those that edit photos, to do that? How much control do you actually have with sliders? With this one, look at the incremental change, especially here. Let's go to white palette. Look at that. It is actually changing quite fast. But because we can actually feel the click. Here, you guys want to try it? Here. Try it, put it there.
Let's go!
Put it on there, and then do that. Can you feel the click? Right? On how it gives you that feedback in your hand. But scroll through it half. So you can go faster or slower with just by doing that. You have that much control and literally at your fingertips. Makes life so much easier. Then, when you're here, you can create whatever action you want. Right? So, this one, I don't even need to memorize.
Whatever available option it is.
But you can also do keyboard shortcuts. So when you go back here, let's say for example on Logic Pro, go action ring, you can specify actions, let's say for application, correct? Here, setting an action ring. Level na for capture 1. Pero paano kung wala? We have keyboard shortcuts. So you have an option to create keyboard shortcuts and use the same things. Yeah. That's the beautiful thing about that. Then you can rename it so that you know visually what it actually does. So one thing that was a mistake for me to begin with was I thought that I could program everything here without the need for a keyboard. But what I learned is that I have spacebar, Command Z, Command B, all those quick access things in my keyboard. And this one are the ones that are across the other side of the keyboard. So I don't need to remove my hand from my keyboard anymore. Everything is here. It actually removes the need for all those other devices that you actually use to make things faster and more efficient. So we did that in Capture One. Right? So how about we did that in Capture One, how about Photoshop? Let's say for example here, Photoshop. Right? Photoshop, this one, I did not use for zoom, but you have an option to zoom this one for Photoshop. However, I didn't want to do that because it would confuse my muscle memory. So I had my zoom here. It's the same thing as what I normally do, zoom. Then if I want to move around, spacebar pa rin. I don't need to put anything here, right? So everything is here, like for example, ito ang pinakamaganda. Lagay ko muna sa brush. Look at my brush size. Brush size. I'm pressing it here. Okay? So simple lang yun, right? Then when I want to get out of Photoshop, I press Special Control. Very easy for me because all of my software nasa siya. But look at the magic of the action button. I don't even need to go here. Anywhere I am, I want to, let's say brush tool, I'll shift to tool step. From here, I'll shift to patch E. It's so easy for me to use all by pressing the action button. So if I'm on my patch tool, pwede ka nang ganyan yan. But I don't need to do Command Z here because my hand is always here. So Command Z is there. We don't need to do that. Right? So the ones that are here on the left side, hindi ko na ginagawa yun. I made everything here on the right side on my mouth. So I would never have to take my hands off the lot. I have action sets too. My action sets, I can specify specific buttons to it. Eventually, those action sets will be here as a shortcut key. So imagine how fast that will be. Final Cut now, you can scroll left and right with Final Cut easily, correct? But because of the buttons that we can do, when I press this one, fit to screen. How difficult is it to actually go from here to zoom in, zoom out? Now, for this, I can zoom in, zoom out. Yeah, I'm a videographer, right? Zoom in, zoom out. So I am actually zooming in and zooming out while I am scrolling through my timeline. zoom in, zoom out. Even here, zoom in, zoom out. And then press this button, hit the screen. Ganon kabilis siya. What does the action button do? Meron siyang temperature, meron siyang brightness, meron siyang exposure. The same thing that you can do to your photos, you can do to videos. At first, when I was doing this, I was like, oh, maybe I should put Command V, I should put Blade, I should do this. But it didn't make any sense because there are too many things happening in just one side of your hand. But if you have both working in harmony together, that is what made the workflow so easy and efficient. And that's actually how I set up my Logitech, and that's how it is. But you can, the most important is this slide, this one, how I use it. Because the beautiful thing about the software is that you can make it your own.
This device works best with if you install the software option plus. Right. This is one million times device that makes it truly unique and different of any other option you can see in the market.
You wanna see, you wanna feel how haptic feedback is. I set mine to the lowest because nagulat ako. So kasi, ang lakas eh. Kasi talagang gumagano yung house, oh. But, here, you wanna try it? Move it around. Yeah, click and hold. Yeah. Move it around. Look what happens when it goes to center. You, right? There's the snap to it and you feel it. So I can just imagine doing that with your timeline. Once it's snapped to your timeline, you'll feel it. And I'm pretty sure that's in the works. I will actually, it will be. I'm the one saying it already, even though I'm pretty sure it's going to be there.
What you might notice is if you're going to see the door, you can actually work for a file level here. To the other map,
You will move what file?
any file,
Any file?
like a folder, you can move it from this to the other one. And you can just drag it across.
From computer to computer?
Yes.
Oh, did you guys know that?
PC, command, PC. Really?
You're using what? This one, Flow?
Yes, Logic Flow.
Oh, see? Sweet. Probably see you what high speed.
What's the speed?
Probably right select.
Yes. Yeah. It's as if you're dragging from desktop to desktop.
But I'm pretty sure it's going to be via the Wi-Fi network. So the speed is the maximum speed of your Wi-Fi network or your Ethernet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because if your power is going to be huge, it's going to go up.
Oh, so you're saying if my wife is beside me, I can just
Drag it across.
not your Wi-Fi. Do I need to be in the same account?
No.
No, so she can have her own account in her computer.
As long as it's not onto the same network.
You learn something new. That's something that we've never really played around with the Logic though, because I felt that this was just core pieces.
But I'm digressing. This workshop is all about how to use
This one.
well, not to but I mean that's all correct.
Yeah, but everything, but it's actually pretty cool because if you want to do file sharing, it would be a lot faster. Another difference for the Mac version, I forgot to mention. Once you get the Mac version, it automatically has the Mac OS gestures there. So for Mac, you press a hold, you press it, then you swipe up, it's mission control. You press it, swipe to the right to the next desktop. Swipe, press it, swipe to the left. It will notice, press it and swipe. Naturally. It switches desktop or then press and go up, hit mission control. So what I did with the gestures button is that instead of actually making it into the gestures button, I treated it as another button, which for me I use for Spotlight search. Because one thing that you realize with Mac, that Spotlight search is equal to Google. Yes. So you could do, let's say, pick 5 IS 5. I will actually give you 20 tries. So you don't need your calculator out. That's why I have it here on Spotlight Search. Let's say, for example, I want to go tell me an hour. I'm almost, I go out to do Logitech. Oh, sorry. You could go say the graph. You can search the Finder versus yours. So it's going to open up and search. So that's why I have it as part of my button. That's actually search button. So instead of using it as a gesture, but of course, you can use it depending how you want to use the mouse. So the gestures is already replaced with actionable. Like, it is a pleasure once again being everyone. Thank you very much.
Available for Mac and Windows.